Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy January 12th, 2024. Welcome, beloveds. Put my If you can make it here tonight, I almost didn't. We're having a a snow situation here in the Midwest and went to go turn on my PC and I was like, oh, I don't have no internet. Okay, so plan B. Let me see if my phone will do it. I'll give it the good old, let's say, college try, and I'm here. I am here, showing up in the middle of a snow situation, but I am so thankful that I have power. And let me stop and bless all those who may be going through something right now and have no power, in need of assistance. So I'm blessing the worlds of all of us in the Midwest or anybody who's going through a storm situation because I almost didn't make it here, y'all. So if you're here, thank you for being here. Happy Friday. And those of you who are new, I am Dani, also known as Natural LID, a social worker and a certified aromatherapist. And I married the two to talk about overall health and well-being, right? So tonight, I wanted to get into a couple of things. I wanted to read you this wonderful testimony that I got. And I want to end the night with a 2024 how I say, projected blessing, if you will. Last week, if you didn't catch it, I did an impromptu live with a beautiful Soulful Elsa. That we just felt like to start off the new year that would be a good thing to present. I wanted to present something wonderful. I wanted to. It was truly spontaneous. So if you haven't watched the video last week from Soulful Elsa, please check that out. We still have a contest, if you will, going. You still have time to get in your answers. See that video. Look in the description for the answers to the question. You can email us the answers to your questions. Let's see, at Dani and Elsa at gmail.com. And that information is scrolled across the screen on the video. But I just wanted to share that with you here. So check that out. You still have time to win. And what you win, I'll let you check that out as well. It's a virtual experience with me and Elsa that you don't want to miss. I wanted to share that with you. So if you haven't watched that, watch that. Again, happy 2024. This is my first live this 2024. This is my first Q&A, I should say. And I am going to get into a couple of things. I wanted to start off. It's always good to hear back from you, the audience, my community, about what has worked for you, like something I presented, something that I said, something that we may have consulted about, and it works. And I love that. So if you have any of my videos that you may have watched, right, that you have tried the essential oils or tried the tips, or if you're part of my newsletter, and if you're not, you can certainly welcome to join. And my website is at the bottom of my name tag here, Aroma Buds and Blossoms. But if you've tried anything that I have suggested or the essential oils, I lovingly invite you to send me a comment. Let me know how it goes for you. Say yes, yay, nay. I love to hear from you. It's such a wonderful service. I have a passion for what I do and how I do it, right? So I'm here to simplify the use of essential oils for us individually as home users and as social worker or caring professionals, right? To utilize for ourselves as we serve others and to complement those that we serve and the services that we provide. So I always get excited when I hear back from those I have helped, and it's like, yes. So I want to start off with a testimony that I received, right? Hi, H&D abroad. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. Or gentlemen, it could be Herman. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wanted to start off with a testimony. I'm working with my phone, y'all. I didn't realize you could do StreamYard on your phone, so I'm glad to know that. But the testimony that I wanted to start off with is from one of my live audience members. She was asking a question about utilizing essential oils for her children. And I'll just read it so you can get an idea of how excited I am about this testimony. She said, I just wanted to say, she sent this to me via email. I just wanted to say thank you. I bought the Good Night roller as suggested. And also, I also purchased the To Be at Peace blend to use in the diffuser. I noticed that they both, her children, help calm the nervous system. She has a boy and a girl, if I'm not mistaken, which is perfect for our ADHD autistic household. My son was able to go to sleep and sleep through the night without having to take his usual medication that makes it very difficult for him to wake up and function properly in the morning. Okay. And then she goes on to say, also, my daughter used the To Be at Peace blend for the first time a couple of nights ago and asked for it again last night. She said she thought it helped her to go to sleep and stay asleep as well. Usually, she would text me from her room or her iPad if she has a hard time falling asleep. I have not gotten any text messages the last 2 nights. So thank you. And then she sent these emojis with the hearts on the face and the clapping hands. So I I thank you for sending that in, um, Ashley. Uh, that warms my heart when I'm able to share something that could be of benefit to those I serve, and let me know that I'm doing the service. I'm doing justice. I'm not here just to hear myself talk, right? Actually helping people, which is wonderful. And what she's talking about, when she says a roller bottle, something similar to this, you know, and each person is different, and it was recommended to her based on what she was expressing to me, right? So I recommended to her a good night roller bottle, which is similar to this, and she mentioned a To Be at Peace blend, which is a bottle will be similar to this, like a 10 milliliter bottle that you can actually put in a essential oil diffuser, right? And you know it's nothing like having something that you can have something like this on the go with you. You can carry it with you when you travel out of town. You can, it's just so convenient. And I'm so thankful that she was able to use something like this, something that's simple for her children. Now, for a roller bottle, for example, you would just simply, you could just take a whiff or put it on the side of your neck. It's one of the ways that I utilize it. But when you get this in the mail, it comes with an information card to show you how to use it as well. So no fret if you forget, you decide you want to purchase something like this. And I'll put information in the description to my store, Aromatherapy essential oils. But if you decide to get something like this, you already have the information that you need in order to utilize it properly. That's always key with me. Safety is key with me. But again, going back to what I was saying, she asked me a question. I knew her situation. I knew the background of it. And that's always important. When I'm sharing information about essential oils, you know, I could say a thing, right? The essential oil is good for this, that, and other, but it's really important that you have a better understanding of if it's good specifically for you. So I encourage those, if you want to have a one-on-one, I do offer a free one-on-one aroma talk session where you can brainstorm, you can ask me questions, specifically for you. And then we decide to go further, you want to create a special blend just for you, we can do that as well. I'm gonna put that at the bottom. My Calendly link. I'll also have that in the description where you can contact me and say, hey, I just want to set up something to ask you some questions. You might not ask the questions here on the live. You can ask some personal questions, general about aromatherapy. And if we decide to work further, I also offer an extended session. This session is about 20 minutes, and the extended session can be up to 60 minutes, depending on what you want to talk about, what type of blend that you want to create for yourself, if that's what you want to do. So I'm putting that out there as an offer to you. So thank you again, Ashley, for that comment. And she also mentioned about using a To Be at Peace blend in a diffuser. That's another one of the ways that is so beneficial for utilizing essential oils is through inhalation. simple inhalation. It's like, for example, if I took one drop of this essential oil that we would talk about that you to use, and you simply rub it in your hand, and that's it, right? Just that simple. Now this is what I have in my hand. It's some good night. So if I start to fall asleep on y'all, forgive me. But I just wanted to demonstrate that. Okay. So and that's just how simple it is to utilize essential oils, but you also have to know what you're doing, why you're using it, which way you're using it, what's best for you. And that's one of the reasons I created my course. As you could see, let's see, that's my Calendly link. The scrolling across the bottom, but below my name is Aroma Buds and Blossoms. In my course, if you go to that link on my website, I have a link to my course, and that was creating that course was a true passion of mine. I think I shared with you before, or many times I know I have, that I started off sharing with my faith family, right? Once I got into the world of learning about the use of essential oils and realized that it was more than just the plug-ins or the aerosol sprays, right? Fast forward while I was in school, I was sharing with my faith family for approximately over teaching 6 years, right? And during that time, I presented over 50 presentations. Kid you not. And, I realized, okay, this is something that is needed or is wanted. Perhaps who else could benefit from this information, right? And the world of aromatherapy is so vast, and I wanted to keep it simple. And that's my motto, to keep it. I'm on a mission to keep aromatherapy simple. Because in the beginning, it was like, oh, it could be complicated. I don't know what I'm doing. And that's where I came up with the idea. I was like, you know what? I'm going to create a course that is going to simplify all that and give my audience an assortment of essential oils to start with that are good from infancy to the elderly, right? So you don't have to try and guess, okay, which essential oil should I start with? And in that course, my Aroma Buds and Blossoms course for beginners and professionals, I'm giving you the outline. So once you have it, it's yours. You can run with it. You can take that information, and not only for the essential oils that are presented, but you can run with it and apply it to any other essential oils that you want to utilize. So once you have that information at your fingertips, it comes with worksheets, it comes with links, so you don't even have to try and figure out, okay, well, what's she talking about in this video, and what can I, where do I get this, and what is this? I lay out everything for you, information, supplies, all the things that you need in order to get started and on your way to an effective aromatherapy utilization for yourself and at home. So just wanted to point that out there. Um, H&D says, I use them for emotional balance, especially when doing shadow work. Ooh, I would love to learn more about that. This is a season for deep introspection. Oh, I love that. Thank you for that comment, H&D Abroad. I use them for emotional balance. Yes, especially doing shadow work. I would love, 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 love to hear more about shadow work. I might have to have you on. Because I'm always talking about things to help with our overall well-being. So, as drawing on my social work background, I'm always thinking about, well, what could be helpful to the person's overall well health, right? Not just utilizing essential oils, but what information can I bring that will be beneficial? Because we know people are more than just what they present to you. I'm just speaking from my social work experience and working with individuals and families. I know that people present to me or come to me, or those that I serve, are more than just what they come with or what they say. It's their accumulation of their history, their relationships, their experiences, and whatever else is going on in their lives, right? And so it's always important to consider that also when I'm working with individuals in creating something that is or recommending an essential oil that would be best for them, looking at not only the symptoms that they're talking about, but also the emotional piece that goes along with it. So thank you for that, H&D Abroad. I'm gonna have to look into that. Doing shadow work. I would love to talk more about that. And you said something important. This is a season for deep introspection. I love that you said that. Reason being, so I usually start off my year. I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. So my faith family that I share the essential oils with each year, we start off the year projecting our year, right? The 12 months of the year. And we come together monthly to talk about projections um, for our year, for that month, for the entire year. And during this season, that's when we're thinking about in the very beginning, right? We usually come together on the first Sunday, of the month, and just really thinking about what it is that we want to do and what we want to project for the new year. So yes, this is a season of introspection, of thinking about what you want to do for the year or blessings that you want to have. And it's interesting that you said that also. One quick note, I did do this the 31st at midnight for my family. We have a family Facebook page, right? You may also. I went on there, created a video projecting what I was what blessings I wanted to receive for myself, and also the blessings that I was planting for not only for myself, but for my family and for generations to come. Okay. So just putting that out there. So yes, that, and with that introspection, just to think about what it is and plant the seed for them to think about what they want to do or what might they want to happen for their lives for this year, right? So thank you for that. Yes, this is a season of introspection. And that being said, along with those blessings, I'm gonna share this with you, and then I'm gonna get into my video because I got a real hot topic for you that started with Black Women Build Wealth. She got me on this one today. But before I do that, I wanted to share with you the season of introspection and the blessings that I put out or projecting for the new year. Speaking of which, last year I did a series of videos about prosperity consciousness for the year. So if you haven't seen that for 2023, and that still applies for me for this year, and I did create a 2024 prosperity consciousness and blend, right? So this to go along with that, I know I'm jumping all over the place, y'all, but just to set the intention for the year, right? So I got this blessing and I wanted to share with you. It says, a year of blessing contains 12 months of happiness, 52 weeks of laughter, 366 days of success, 8,784 hours of good health, 527,040 minutes of blessings, 31,622,400 seconds of joy. Have a blessed and prosperous new year, right? I thought that was so wonderful. This was shared with me, and going back to, I was talking about my prosperity consciousness blessings and what I put out for last year. In 2023, I applied it to this year, creating again my prosperity consciousness blend. And prosperity consciousness is not just about money, right? It could be about prosperity consciousness about your health, prosperity consciousness about things that you want to do for the new year. Um, it doesn't necessarily have to be about money. That you have it or want a prosperity consciousness or desire to have one about, right? I just wanted to put that out there. So hopefully that's a blessing for somebody who watches this. And I'm truly sincere about reading that and blessing you all who watch. So thank you. So now for today's video. So I mentioned to you, Black Women Build Wealth got me started on this topic. She did a video, was it this week? I want to say, and if you're in the audience, Sam, hi. If you watch the replay, hi, Sam. You talked about 10 ways to save money, because she's, if you don't know her channel, Black Women Build Wealth, I encourage you to subscribe to it if you're watching the replay. I also encourage you to subscribe to H&D Abroad. And who's watching right now? Let's see. Trying to put down. Okay. So, Black Woman Bill Will had a video where she is talking about 10 ways to save money, right? So I was like, ooh, okay, we're talking about prosperity and prosperity consciousness, and she wants to have a low spend year, right? So one of the things that she mentioned in her video was that to stop using, how did you put it? Forgive me saying if I'm not saying exactly how you said it, but just to paraphrase, you said to use less cosmetics or skincare products. Use less. And so I guess to simplify your self-care or skincare or the cosmetics that you buy. And when you said that, excuse me, when you said that, it resonated with me. I said yes, and also I'm screaming to myself, and also think about the stuff that you're putting on your skin, right? OMG. And so I had wrote to her in the comments, I think I'm gonna do a video about that. So that's what inspired this commentary that I'm getting ready to talk about tonight. So with that being said, I don't know if you know, and maybe you do know, some of the cosmetics and over-the-counter lotions and deodorant that we use, the shampoos, the whatever it is that you use for your self-care, right? Sometimes it can be what I want to say, it can be too much. The chemicals in it could be too much for for your skin. It can cause irritation. It can cause, you not to, have a breakout, such as myself. Certain products I just simply cannot use. It's just that simple. I cannot use some of those over-the-counter products. But what prompted was that I went to a retreat, and they were talking about research that talks about chemicals in our skincare products. And one of the things that they noted was something called the Environmental Working Group. And it's www.ewg.org. And I'll put a link to that in the description. But the Environmental Working Group is a place where you can find out about hundreds of hazardous ingredients in your body care and cosmetic products for consumers that use products consumers use every day, including shampoos, lotions, toothpaste, lip balm, makeup, fragrance, sunscreen, hair dye, and all the things, right? And so having that information at your fingertips, she's like, well, why should I care about that? Well, not sometimes, the chemicals in those products over time can cause situations that in your body that you don't even know about. But when you utilize, things in essential oils, such as essential oils in your skincare or your routine, you have more control over what's in there. You have more control over what you're putting on your skin, and then for sure, okay, I know the ingredients that I'm using, and all else being said, I checked out the essential oils if you're using them, because you don't have to use essential oils. But when you do your own due diligence and creating your own creations, or creating your own lotions, or creating your own soaps, for example, is another passion of mine to do. You know exactly what's in your ingredients. You know exactly what's in there. So this environmental work group has a list of hundreds, again, of ingredients that are harmful for us. And so when I looked up the information on the website for all the ingredients that can be harmful for us, like, for example, phthalates, parabens, right? They talk about the ingredients in sunscreen. And again, I'll leave a link to the website in the description. They talk about utilizing things that are natural for you and taking care of your body. So they not only provide you with a list of chemicals, and oh my goodness, some of the stuff I can't even pronounce. They provide you with a list of chemicals that are not good for you to have in the products that you have. And then they turn around and provide you what you can do with creating your own lotions and things to put on your body. And I'm passionate again about the utilizing essential oils. Of course, you don't have to, but in this situation, which I love, they said one of the very first things they said was keep it simple. Limit your use of body care, cosmetics, and cleaning products to only a few that you can trust, right? And I love that what they said, that simplify it. And that's one of the things that I enjoy doing, showing you how you can take the very same things that you buy off the store shelves, right, and create for yourselves. You've seen some of my videos. I've created, aromatic sprays for your home, for cleaning products, to utilize for your body. If you haven't seen in my link tree, I have a download for in my description. Want to say, is it the the channel information? I have a link tree link. There's a download to creating your own luscious body lotion. Um, and all these things can be used with literally maybe two ingredients. So, for example, if you want to utilize a lotion or create your own body lotion, you can do that with two ingredients. Two, y'all, two. An oil base and the essential oil that you want to use. If you just want to use some of that fragrancy or have that um, essential oil aroma or aromatics. Of course, I always say aromatherapy is more than just a smell. You want to know why you're utilizing that. So I lovingly invite you to have a one-on-one with me if we can find out which blend or which essential oil would work best for you. Okay. And so getting back to what they said, keep it simple. Cosmetics. I also have a video on teaching you ladies how to create your own lip gloss. You might be like, why is something like that? When you purchase the lipstick off the shelves, right? But do you really know what's in it? So just asking, do you know what's in some of those products, and are they on this hazardous list, right? That the environmental working group suggests that you should not use in your skin, and it can cause detriment to your health, right? So I wanted to point that out. And it says choose items whose only ingredients are those that you would want in your body. I thought that was important. So they said keep it simple. Choose items whose only ingredients are those you would want in your body. Give you something to think about. And they go on to talk about eating natural whole foods, exercise. We've all probably all heard about this. Get enough sleep and rest, and do what you love. So I love that, this simple advice that they provide, and with the information that they give in regards to what chemicals in our products that you might want to pay attention to before you put it on your skin. So I lovingly encourage you to, if you can, because I know it might not always be available to you, to create your own. Create your own. I have a number of videos. I have a number of downloads in my link tree for you to access and go one step further, do a one-on-one talk with me about utilizing essential oils that may be right for you. I also wanted to, in this article on the website, they have something called, and you might have heard of it, it's called Dying to Look Good by Christine Hoza Farlow. Okay. And I haven't read that book, but I want to. And I can only imagine, what ingredients that are in, our products that they're probably talking about, or what it could potentially be harmful for us. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Okay. So this again was inspired by Sam of Black Woman Build Wealth, where she's talking about 10 things that you can do to have a low spend year. And I'm encouraging to go along with that. Do the challenge as well, is to create your own DIY, your body lotions, your cleaning products, um, anything that you would normally buy from the store, like from the big box, it's a store. I don't want to call them out, but you know what I'm talking about. They have a store, and if you're in the mall, And you walk past the store and it's like, woof, it's like, woo, Lord. I mean, it's a lot going on. And then when you walk into that store, and some of the maybe just fragrance oil and maybe essential oils, but I would double check the label before you do your due diligence, before you purchase things that have fragrance in them and essential oils in them, and see if there's something that you actually should be utilizing, right? Just wanted to point that out there. So we are at 8:30, half in the hour. If you have any questions, certainly put them in the chat. I was trying to see if I had any questions. Of course, I mentioned to you at the top of the hour, we're having a snow situation, so I don't actually have internet right now. I'm actually streaming from my phone. I was like, okay, I can do this. Then that's okay. You know, we're going to go on to plan B, right? If you have any questions, let me know. You can put them right here in the chat. If not, I'm just going to go over a couple of some of the frequently asked questions in case somebody watches this video. I have addressed some of these questions before, but if you're new here and you watch this video first, you'll have answers to your question. So one of the commonly asked questions is, can I use fragrance oils instead of pure essential oils? Aren't they the same? Absolutely not. Fragrance oils and pure essential oils are not the same. Fragrance oils are just that. They're designed just to mimic the fragrance of a particular aroma or an essential oil. Pure essential oils, on the other hand, have therapeutic properties for which what we call constituents in them that are designed to help you, or they have been found to have tried and true uses to help you with, right? So they are not the same. You want to utilize pure therapeutic grade essential oils when you're wanting to perhaps address a particular concern, or you want to uplift your mood, for example. If you want to uplift your mood, you want an essential oil that can do so, not just a fragrance oil just to mimic the scent, right? And that's another thing with when you have and you utilize essential oils, like for example on your person, you not only the therapeutic effects or benefits not only help you but those around you. You'll be surprised that just having an essential oil on your person, um, you know, either you rub it in your hands or you put it on your pulse points, where I'm talking about utilizing a roller bottle on your neck. When you're around other individuals, they benefit from that aroma. That's something to note, right? And to think about perhaps some of the things that you might have worn that didn't have therapeutic properties, just the same on the other end, that, you know, might have been too much. I'm just saying. So that's one question. Can I use fragrance oils instead of pure oils? Aren't they the same? No, they are not created equal, and you want to make sure that you're getting therapeutic grade. If you're utilizing it for a particular concern, or you've heard that it's good for this X, Y, and Z, you want to try it, right? And you want to get it from a reputable company. Reputable company meaning that specializes in essential oils, that are transparent about, you know, their ingredients and how they're harvested. You're like, well, that's too much. But you definitely want to make sure that you're not purchasing the essential oils from your local corner store. I'll have nothing against local mom and pop stores. So if you have one, pardon me. But if it's not pure essential oils, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay, they know what they're putting out there, whether or not, or maybe they don't. So that being said, I'm gonna move on to my next question. Can I use any container to create the applications mentioned? So this is more, the question was asking about my course. And so when you're creating applications for the use of essential oil, if you're doing so, you might not even be creating them. These, as you can see, are in dark bottles, dark amber and cobalt blue. And the reason why you want to do that is if you decide either be a roller bottle or a bottle of lotion or a container, a glass container or a plastic container, PET plastic container, you want to make sure that the container is safe for utilizing essential oils. Reason being for the dark colored bottles, containers, what have you, it's not to allow light to permeate into the bottle, right? And you always want to keep them out of the way of sunlight anyway, okay? So you always want to create applications, if you plan to do so, your own DIY, with dark colored bottles, either cobalt blue or dark brown, okay? And next questions. Can I mix all essential oils together and use them that way? Ooh, 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 wait. Okay. No. And I'm saying that from an experienced aromatherapist. If you are not versed into how to utilize essential oils and add them together, which ones perhaps mix well together, which therapeutic properties complement each other, um, what is the formula for mixing essential oils? Did y'all know there's a formula for that? Meaning that, like, for example, if you get a blend, it wasn't just put together and said, oh, I think I want to add a few drops of this, a few drops of that, and maybe a dab of this, a dab of that. It's actually a calculated formula. And the reason being is that there is percentage wise, um, essential oils are in a category. They're usually in three types of categories. And depending on the category that they are in, that is what the percentage of the essential oil that is recommended to use. Now, I know that might sound Greek to y'all, but as aromatherapists, that um, we understand that it comes with a particular formula. So that being said, if you have some essential oils in your possession, or you're going to create something, most definitely check with a aromatherapist such as myself if you don't know what you're doing, so that you don't create something that is, number one, cannot smell good. And then smell is relevant because you might not like each individual essential oil anyway, based on personal preference. But that being said, you might you might create something that doesn't smell good. You might create something that has too much of something in it that can be overpowering, right? And you're encouraged to, again, talk to someone such as myself, as an aromatherapist, if not myself, another aromatherapist, to ask about the utilizing or mixing blends. If you're interested in blends, if you're wanting more than one essential oil. In my course, I talk about one essential oil. Actually, it's an assortment of essential oils, but you are able to use one essential oil to create all the applications. And there are typically about 5 ways that you can create an application for yourself. So, and I did that purposely for beginners, purposely for those who don't know, who, expression fresh off the boat with wanting to learn about utilizing essential oils and aromatherapy. You might have heard about it. You don't know where to start. I wanted it to be just that simple for you to be able to go through the course, and there are videos, simple demonstration videos, and hands-on. You can actually see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Okay, that's another. Another question is, I have children in the home. Can I leave essential oils out? No, absolutely not. It's always extremely important to keep the cap on essential oils, screw it on tight. Sometimes they come with that safety thing, you can see if it's broken, but definitely keep essential oils and all the such away from children, because it can be harmful and almost fatal. Because kids like to, they pick up something, oh, this smells good. And what do? They like to lick stuff. And some of these essential oils smell like something that they would want or familiar with tasting, right? And we don't want that. Absolutely not. In all seriousness, we don't want them to pick up something and smell it and decide that that's something they want to taste, because it could be fatal. Okay. Another commonly asked question, can I just start using essential oil on my skin without performing a patch test. I do not recommend it. I have and here's the reason why. I do have a video where I'm talking about that very same thing. I think I did it last summer. Depending on everybody's body is different, right? And we know that just like, maybe the food you eat or the things that you put on your skin can have a reaction depending on your body. Same way with utilizing essential oils. When you, if you put on essential oil all over your body, for example, and you haven't performed what they call a patch test somewhere inconspicuous on your body, like your elbow or something like that, to make sure that you're not allergic, then you have the potential for a reaction, and the reaction can be severe. In the video I did last year, when I said something about essential oils, reactions are real. I'm not remembering the exact title, but I was sharing with you irritation that I got on my elbow. Now, if I had not created a patch test before I had decided to use all over my body, what do you think would have happened? If it gave me irritation just on my elbow, what would have happened if I utilized it all over my body and didn't realize until after the fact that my body just doesn't like this particular essential oil, this blend, whatever the case might be. So you always want to do a patch test with an essential oil to make sure that that's something that you can use. Okay. Um, and I encourage you to do so. Just for that reason. Just for that reason. And then next question, how do I use essential oils that I want to try? Great question. So I get um, asked this question a lot. And so I mentioned before, you can utilize essential oils in so many different ways. Imagine being able to utilize them for, again, for example, uplifting your mood, or if you know that you have a situation going on, like, for example, a headache, or you're having a tummy issue, um, anything related to the body and symptoms. It doesn't even have to be a symptom. Maybe you just want to smell an aroma to relax you, or you like an aroma to be able to help you to work during the day, whatever the case might be. There are some 5 things that you should consider before utilizing essential oils. And I did a master class about that. I do plan to have another recording of that, where there are 5 things you should consider before utilizing essential oils. I have an abridged version of that on my channel, one of the very first videos I did. But the master class actually goes into more depth um, about that, and gives you more sense of direction as to why. So that being said, you don't want to wait for the master class. Utilizing essential oils like I have outlined in my course, Aroma Buds and Blossoms, you are able to jumpstart utilizing those essential oils. And I have the 5 ways already outlined in there for you, right? So I wanted to share that with you. So typically there are 5 ways or 5 things you should consider before utilizing essential oils. And those are typically the generally asked questions that I have from my audience, and for people who start to ask me questions. If you want more specific questions, again, I lovingly invite you to get on one-on-one with me. I have I'm gonna put this ticker up again for you to contact me. I will put this link in the description for you to contact me and do a one-on-one. And we could talk about any questions that you may have about utilizing essential oils um, for yourself, because it is personal. You might not think it is, but sometimes just picking up essential oil even before you go and do that is wise. Word to the wise to know why you're going to select that essential oil, and might it be best for you or not, right? Because just like medications, you can have reactions to utilizing essential oils. You might be on medication or have a certain condition. And as an aromatherapist, we know that certain medications or certain conditions are sort of red flags that say, no, we're not suggesting or recommending that you use this essential oil, because we know from our training that that particular essential oil is not advantageous, or it comes with high warnings as to when you use it. Okay, so that's number one. You'll see at the scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I lovingly invite you, encourage you to connect with me a one-on-one to see if you have specific questions, or if you have things that you want to ask personally. That will be the time to do so. And then from there, if you want to create a more specialized blend just for you, we can do that as well. And that will be a different type of conversation. But I am offering a free consultation for you just to ask personal one-on-one questions you might not want to ask here. Okay. All righty. Thank you. Enough by MMT, Art, Music, and Healing. Oh, hey, I'm so glad to be catching this live. Oh, let me put this up on the screen. Oh, I can do that. Yes. I'm glad that you're here too. Thank you, dear. Yes. So it's always a pleasure to have you. And so getting back to that, you'll see scrolling across my screen, I offer a one-on-one talk consultation where we could talk about utilizing essential oils for you. Again, as I was mentioning, you just don't want to go to the store if you think you want to utilize essential oil because you heard that it's good for this and you heard it's good for that. You really want to know, is it good for you? Because again, depending on the situation, depending on perhaps you're taking medications or something like that, we know as trainer, aromatherapist, either you're talking to myself or another one, we know that there are certain things that people we're talking to might say that be a red flag to say, I'm not recommending or suggesting that essential oil. And if I do, if they want to use it, it comes with this sort of warning. So that's why you want to connect with an aromatherapist such as myself, aroma specialists, aromatherapists who understand that these little things in the bottle are just as potent as you would any sort of prescription drugs. Kid you not, okay? Can be potent, just as prescription drugs or over the counter, anything like that. Again, if you have any questions, be sure to put them in the chat. I will be putting in that link that I mentioned to you at the top of the hour, the environmental working group that talks about the chemicals that are in the products that we use. If you're not already familiar with them, the website is, I'll just say it here, www.ewg, right, .org. And they list on there talking about hundreds of hazardous ingredients in body care and cosmetics we use every day, including shampoos, lotions, toothpaste, lip balm, makeup, fragrances, sunscreen, and all the things, right? And so I was inspired again to create this video because Black Women Build Wealth was talking about 10 ways that you can save money this year. And she mentioned about simplifying your self-care. And I also chimed in her comment you may see if you watch her video. She just did it this week. That I also mentioned about, and the chemicals that are in. You want to simplify because the chemicals that you get from all of these products and all the things can be harmful and hazardous to our health, and we don't even know it, right? So I am encouraging us to do your own, if you can, your own DIY products. At least you know what's in them, or get the products that have ingredients that you can read and or simple. It doesn't have to be difficult. Like I mentioned, you can check my link tree in my, what do you call it, the bio or the YouTube description. In my link tree, I have a recipe for lotion already laid out for you with the drops and the safety notes and all the things. So you can decide whether that's something you can utilize for yourself, right? If you want to try that. I've been making, for example, my lotion in our household for years, right? I cannot use those things on the shelf And if I'm using something as simple, maybe shea butter or jojoba oil or grapeseed oil or coconut oil, for example. But to purchase those items off the shelf that has all those ingredients in it and then the fragrances and all the things, that is a recipe for a disaster for me. I've shared many times growing up that I had issues with eczema, asthma, as eczema. And for example, if you know anything about that, you go to the doctor, they give you a cream, steroid cream, and tell you to have a nice day. But they don't talk about perhaps the things that you're doing or putting on your skin that might be causing an irritation in the first place. So, once I learned that that was not the route for me and I had to cut out a lot of different things, and I have videos about that. You can watch my 30 days of self-reflection video where I talked about for 30 days how my past health challenges has brought me to this space doing what I'm doing right now, you know, and sharing with you and realizing that there's information perhaps that this is information perhaps that my community could benefit from if you don't already know. And as I've said many times, as a social worker means sharing wisdom, and that is a true passion of mine. And just like HND Abroad, you share information. If you, everybody, your channel, if you haven't checked out HND Abroad, I encourage you to do so when you're talking about traveling as a couple and wanting to move to a different um, place as a couple, or Enough by MNT Art, Music, and Healing. I don't know if you have a channel, but if you do, let me know, dear. But yes, so getting back to that, sharing wisdom. I enjoy sharing wisdom just like my other YouTube family, as I call them, um, sharing information to be a benefit to somebody else. I don't believe in being a gatekeeper. If there's some information that I have that can be a benefit to you, and I have it in my toolbox, I'm trying to whip it out. It's like, what do I know that could be a benefit to somebody? If they bring it to my attention or something like that, or if they ask me, if I don't know, I'm gonna try and find out. So that is a true passion of mine, and that's why I show up and do what I'm doing. And that's why I'm trying to stream from StreamYard on my phone, y'all. After my internet, that blinking light is still going on for my internet. I don't have none, but thank God I have power, so I am grateful. Okay, let's see. Enough by MMT Art, Music, and Healing says, healing my eczema is also what brought me to making my own products years ago. So you feel me, you understand. We can't go picking up those products on the shelf um, that are too strong and have chemicals in them, perhaps that you can't even pronounce, don't know what they are, and simply you don't know what long-term effects they could be having on your skin. It's enough of us to be in the, it is enough for us to be in the environment, all the things that, we overcome being in the environment, and you intentionally put on something that is harmful for you isn't good. So kudos to you. Yay. Thank you for sharing that. Absolutely. Making your own products years ago. I would love to hear what type of products that you make, if you don't mind sharing. Like, what do you make lotions? Do you make, what do you make? Do you make your own deodorant? I have done that too. You make your own hair oil or something like that, because you can have eczema in your scalp and stuff too, right? Well, thank you for sharing that. If there are any questions that we have, we're getting to the end of our hour. Wanted to make sure I address everything that I wanted to on this live. Again, feel free to reach out to me for a one-on-one. And if you haven't already, last Friday, this is a plug for my next video. Last Friday, I did a video with a beautiful soul called Soulful Elsa, where we are talking about utilizing holistic modalities for high pressure professionals, right? And at the end of that, she's so lovely. She is a coach, right? I'll let you watch the video in its entirety. But long story short, she is a coach, a professional coach, been at it for almost 30 years. You can check out her website. she is offering, she and I, we're partnering together and we are offering a 3 virtual excellence session for anybody or those selected who answers the questions in the description. They're easy questions. They aren't designed to be hard. You don't have to come up with, a paper, so to speak. You don't have to write a whole paper. We aren't looking for perfection. We just want to see that you're thinking about them and answer those questions. We want to pick 3 people, up to 3 people, to participate in our virtual experience, right? She's offering 3 free sessions for this virtual experience. I can't tell you how excited I am to do that with her. Again, she has 30 plus years of experience in the coaching business, and she's excellent at what she does. And you can see, you can see her website and see some of the, I believe she does have the testimonials on there. So if you have an opportunity to watch the impromptu video I had from last week with Soulful Elsa, you know, it is a true, you will gain some insight on working with her and what would it would be like to do so. So the fact that she is offering for free is absolutely wonderful. Hey, from lack to legacy. Good, we say good morning for you. It's good night for us, right? Good morning, lady. And you were in the audience last week, if I'm not mistaken, from lack to legacy. I don't know if you got your answers into your questions in from last week. What we're doing, we were planning to pick the winners this coming Monday. All if all is well and we have power, because she's in a cold climate state too, and I know they got a bunch of snow. She's on the eastern um, side. So if all goes well, we have power. The Lord says the same, and the creek don't rise. Then we'll plan to be on Monday, the holiday, MLK Day, in the U.S. If you're watching from someplace else. So get the answers to your questions in. You can send them to. We have the email scrolling across the screen on the previous video from last Friday with me and Soulful Elsa. And again, we plan to announce the winners on Monday. Okay. I'm getting a pop-up here that says my internet service has been taking longer than expected. It's all right. We keep it rolling here on this phone. From Lacted Legacy said, yes, I was there. Oh, okay. I can still get my answers in. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Who gonna join from Lacted Legacy? Join Lacted Legacy and answering those questions from last Friday. You can send them via email. You can answer them in the comments. And again, all things being well, we do plan to do another live this coming Monday at 7 p.m. here and announce the winners along with our topic for that day where we're talking about self-love. Okay, so make sure you get your questions in. I thank you for being here. If you have any questions, again, I want to talk about, so Monday we'll have, I plan to be live again. So join us there. And if you haven't watched the video from last Friday, I encourage you to do so. You're going to take away some tidbits from that video that you might not have even thought about. It was a wonderful and beautiful session. And I feel so honored to have a loving soul that graced me with her presence in our audience to start off this year, because that was an impromptu live, right? And because I had something else planned, but I was like, you know what? I'm in the moment. She agreed. Let's roll with it. I'm all about that. And so if you don't have any questions, I'm going to end with what I started with today. Usually at the beginning of the year, like last year, I had a video where I'm talking about prosperity consciousness. And I have a prosperity consciousness blend that I put together. It's not my original blend, y'all. And I have some videos from 2023. If you haven't watched those videos that I produced in 2023, talking about prosperity consciousness, through the videos and at the very end, I created this blend that I have today. So I created for me in 2024, y'all. And can I say that I can really count the blessings that I received? Was it just the oil? It's my faith in what I'm doing and how I'm doing and how I'm showing up. But I wanted to offer that to you. So if you haven't seen those videos from last year, prosperity consciousness. But again, I want to end this video with the blessing that I started with this year. when I was talking about that I set the intention for my year for my family and with my faith family. And here is a year of blessing. So, my beloved family here on YouTube, I bless you with 12 months of happiness, 52 weeks of laughter, 366 days of success, 8,784 hours of good health, okay? 527,040 of minutes of blessings, 31,622,400 seconds of joy. Okay, so this is the blessing for my projection, for the blessing for myself and for all of you who watch this channel, any of you who've supported this channel, any of you who shouted out this channel in loving support. I thank you. I bless you endlessly. Um, and I appreciate you. I look forward to doing more this year. If you have anything, also, if you have anything that you want me to share this year, like you come up with a topic or something that you think that would be beneficial, either in aromatherapy, um, or related to lifestyle. I think I've also mentioned, I know I have on my videos where I'm also a lifestyle coach in the community for um, diabetes and high blood pressure maintenance. So if you have any questions based on any of the videos that you watched of mine, I so appreciate you when you do. If you like, share, and all the things, right? But if you have any questions that you want for me to answer, put them in the comments or send them to me via email. You can send them to naturallid@gmail.com. I don't think I have a banner for that. But again, you can find that email um, in my description of my channel, Natural Lid, just like the channel name, at gmail.com. Natural Lid, all one word, at gmail.com. I lovingly invite you to ask me questions if there are questions, or if I'm putting that out there, if you want me to speak to a group, I am open to the idea of doing a group sort of aromatherapy session. I do teach, like I mentioned to you, I've taught over 50 um, sessions or 50 workshops about the utilization of essential oils that I have been doing for the past over 6 years, and now here on YouTube starting last year. So I am open to that idea. If you have, of course, if to do locally, because I'm in the Midwest, it would have to be in Michigan, somewhere close. But with all this snow, I don't know if I can get out right now. And then, or if you're not near, we could set up something virtually, right? Or if you want to collab, let me know. Let's see. From Lack the Legacy says, thank you so much. I'm glad I made it time to receive this beautiful blessing. Oh, you're more than welcome, sweetheart. Thank you for all the blessings that you put out and the energy that you provide on your channel, and showing up and teaching us about idea of investing. So for those of you who don't know, who haven't subscribed to her channel, definitely do so and share. So I think that I'm gonna round this out. I'm at the top of the hour, and I didn't have any more questions, but I so appreciate you. And as always, God bless you. I love you. I appreciate you. And as I say on my channel, as I end this out, let us continue to learn, grow, share together naturally, right? And y'all have a good night and be safe wherever you are. You're in a snow situation, whatever storm situation, I bless you. And until next time, God bless you. I love you. Bye bye for now. I appreciate you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Good night. Bye bye.